Hey Edgar, how you doing, man? Congratulations, keeping the streak going. What did Fat Joe tell you following the fight?
He's like, take him out, take him out. You don't go overtime, take him out. He likes the first round thing. You know what I'm saying? He says it's gonna build me up faster than normal.
Well, yeah. Speaking of that, you were on you let off Sports Center tonight. Yeah, definitely you did. So how does it feel to get that kind of buzz? What do you think that does for you?
Man, I'm like trying to go through my phone and like my phone is going all crazy. I'm like, what the hell? I'm on Twitter. You just said Sports Center. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? My phone is just going crazy. I just got to put it away for now. But it's an amazing feeling. You know what's crazy? I prayed for that. And before the fight, before I headed out to the fight, I pray to God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I asked him that I know this is my time, and to let it be known that it's my time now. You know, before I used to think it was my time, but right now it's my time. I know it's my time, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. And just with everything that was going on with ESPN, all these people giving me so much exposure, everybody probably thought like I was probably like getting overwhelmed. I was like, nah, this is my time now. You know, everybody has a time in their life where it's their time to shine, and it's either you're gonna grab it or you're gonna let it go. And I'm here and I'm gonna grab it. I did. That's what I did tonight.
And lastly, Edgar, you know, you just started, like, you know, no one can even get you to the second round right now. But when you look and size up the David Benavidez's, the Caleb Plants, the Canelo Alvarez's, how do you see yourself doing when you do get in the ring with them, or even how you would do right now?
I see myself doing great. I don't pass nobody, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, skill and everything, but I know what I got. I know I'm a dangerous fighter. I'm young, I'm strong. I know I have a lot to grow as a fighter because I'm 23 years old. I still haven't went past the second round. So yeah, I don't know how it feels to go to the second, third, fourth round. But what can I say is that I put in so much work in the gym and I cut no corners. And when that day comes when I got to step in the ring with these guys, I'm gonna be 100% prepared.
Thank you, Sean. Marquise Johns, you're next, my friend.
Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Edgar. Congratulations on your quick win as well. Just one quick question for you, because pretty much, as you mentioned before, you haven't got past the first round in any of these fights. Have the last few fights that you had so far been about a minute and a half? Have you gotten anything that you learned personally just from these fights so far?
I mean, experience-wise, not really, because, you know, everything's happening in the first round. But with this fight, I knew Eric Moon. I know what he was about. He was in a lot of big camps. You know, I was in the amateurs with him, so I knew what he was going to bring to the table. I know he had heart. I know he has somewhat of a punch. He's a big guy. He's not small. He's my height. He got a big frame. So, like I always say, man, we worked very hard for this fight, and we got the job done, man.
Absolutely. Also, just a quick follow-up, because you mentioned you faced Moon in the amateurs. Did he show you
anything
different?
I never faced him in amateur.
Yeah, faced him. That's right. You saw him in the amateurs.
Tournaments together. Like, we was at the same weight at the light heavyweight division. There was a tournament. I was supposed to fight him, and I wound up losing, and he fought the guy. Like, it was a whole big thing.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. Also, just a quick question as well. Just that's my last one on my end here. He was coming at you the first 10 seconds. Was you expecting any of that whatsoever?
I expected. I played that over 100 times in my head. A week before this whole camp, as soon as they said I had Eric Moore, I looked him up. I seen everything he does as far as when he comes out, and I already knew he was going to try to do that to intimidate me, to think like, oh yeah, I'm here, you know. And I hit him, and the first shot I hit him, I seen him stumble, and I saw it. Shit, it's over.
Got it. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Hey, anybody, whoever would like to ask the next question, please raise your hand or indicate. Marcos?
Yes. Hey, Edgar, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is Marcos Villegas with FightHype. Hey, Edgar, you know, you've gotten all these first round knockouts so far. Congratulations on that. But is there something that you want to show to the boxing public much more than just your knockouts?
It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. I'm ready for it when it happens. I work hard, man, and right now I'm doing what I'm doing because I work hard in the gym. I put in so much work. You guys don't understand. I put myself through hell in that gym. I cut no corners. I listen to my trainer. I listen to my dad. and I work very hard. And this is why I always have this type of outcome. Yeah, because of my power, but I'm also precise with my punches. Because just imagine if I didn't put in no work in the gym, oh, I'm knocking everybody in the first round. I'm knocking everybody in the first round. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to go and I'm going to fight thinking that I'm that dude, and something bad is going to happen to me because I ain't trained the way I was supposed to for that fight. And God forbid I could get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that always stays behind in my head where I know I have to work harder than my opponent.
Is it at all a goal of yours to meet the record of first round consecutive knockouts? I know Valero had 18 consecutive, and then Tyrone Brunson had 19 consecutive. There's a fighter, I believe, from Syria that has like 20, 21 consecutive. Is that all on your mind to get to that record?
Nah, for me, I already broke it. For my Puerto Rican people, I already broke it. And I know with my people from my island, they love knockouts. So it's me just doing what I'm doing. I'm not in competition with anybody. I'm not in competition for to beat a record. I'm just doing what Edgar the Chosen One Berlanga does, and that's what I do.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Next up, Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene. Go ahead, sir. Jake, you there? I guess Jake is not there. Whoever would like to ask a question, please raise your hand. Rigo, go ahead. Rigo, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Edgar, congratulations on tonight's victory. How would you assess your performance with another first round knockout?
Can you repeat it, please? I didn't
Repeat that.
Overall, how would you assess your performance tonight? Obviously, it was a first round knockout, but how would you assess it?
I think I look good. The most important thing, I listened to my coach. Whatever my coach told me in the locker room, I did it. You know, so that's just a plus right there. But I feel like I look good tonight. And there's more to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still bigger fish to catch out there. There was just another day in the park. I had to do what I had to do. I handled my situation, and I'm gone, and I'm going home to my family, and I'm gonna go back in the gym and work.
When you look at the super middleweight division, obviously stacked with talent like David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez, Kellen Plant, who would you think would be the perfect matchup for you down the line? Maybe like a Mexico-Puerto Rico matchup against Canelo, I would imagine.
That's why I did I put up a picture on Instagram of me and Canelo, because I say that because he has the whole Mexico. I'm gonna have the whole Puerto Rico behind me, and you know that Mexican-Puerto Rico rivalry thing is huge. You know what I'm saying? And I know it could generate so much millions of dollars.
Now, tonight being in the bubble, obviously on ESPN platform, how was that environment for you being in this type of environment?
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little crazy because a lot of people was telling me, like, yo, it's crazy in here, bro. Like, you got to be prepared. So when I came in the first day, I slept. I woke up in the morning. I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. It's very focusing. You got to focus. You know, a lot of fighters, when you're not focused, you won't perform right. And for me, like, I felt like I was so focused. I was in my room by myself. I was doing little things here and there. Usually when I'm back home and I'm fighting at the Garden or something, I got a whole bunch of people in my room, people calling me, want to see me, take pictures. And that's just all distractions, man.
Thank you
so much.
Next up, we will have J.R. Bell. You are on, sir.
Hey, what's going on there, Edgar? Now, you had this first round knockout, but after the knockout, we saw you in the corner doing push-ups because, as you pointed out, you had like a mistake there that was pointed out when you were talking after the fight. Like, how does that go into you being able to improve after every single fight? Because even though you got the first round knockout, you said, oh, I made a mistake here, so I got to, pay for it with the push-ups and then work on it for the next fight.
So, like, the December 14th fight, I didn't throw no jabs at all. And I was like, oh, and Uncle Jay was like, so, Brino, you ain't throw no jabs, give me 20 push-ups. But everybody took it as if it was easy work. But no, it was not that it was easy work. It was for the simple fact that I didn't follow instructions. So when I came out for this fight, I was using my jab. So when I get back to the corner, he's like, give me 20 push-ups. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'll use my jab. He's like, nah, you put down the hand. I didn't see the left hook. I want you to come back with that left hook. You ain't come back with that. And I told you in the locker room to come back with the left hook every time you throw the right. And I was like, you got it. So we're going to have
Yeah, figure. So it was like once you got that reply, you're like, oh, so you had to go down to the floor, man. You had to go down to the mat and hit the push-ups. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I had for you there. Thanks.
Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you, JR. If anybody else has a question for Edgar, we've got one more, and then Oscar will be here momentarily. Jake Donovan, you are Jake Diamond, you should be on here. I asked you to unmute, my friend.
Hear me?
Yep.
Jake?
Cool. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Edgar. So, all right, up until 2020, up until the pandemic, I know it was a lot easier for you to stay active. You know, even with the first round knockouts, you were getting fights every couple of months. What do you do to stay sharp, you know, going now 7 months between fights and then only getting 62 seconds in the ring?
Just staying in the gym, man. You know, when they canceled my fight March 14th, I was a little hurt because of the same fight. It was just 2 days before the fight, and I trained so hard for that fight. And I had so many people going, so many tickets bought. It was, I believe, like almost $100,000 in tickets I had, and it hurt my heart, you know. But with the whole pandemic thing, the gyms closed down. You know, Uncle Dre was scared to be outside. A lot of people were scared to be outside because New York, in the beginning, was the #1 state with the corona. And I was still home, you know what I'm saying? And then I got the call, like, you're going to fight in the summertime. And I was like, oh. So it had calmed down a little bit. And then Uncle Dre called me like, yo, we're going to get in the gym. But they made the call. And, you know, a lot of things in New York had calmed down.
Okay, very cool. And then I know you said, you know, your Boricuas, they love knockouts. How important was it for you to really represent them? Because, like, I know every Boricua I speak to, like, they always said, like, Puerto Rico just needs a break. Like, earthquakes, pandemic, then more earthquakes. Like, how important was this for you just to represent tonight?
It was amazing, man. I know a lot of Puerto Ricans back home is watching me. And, you know, I'm blessed to be in this position. You know, every fight I dedicate to them out there in the island because they're going through a lot of things over there, you know. And just every fight I take, man, I dedicate to them and to my family. But it's just an amazing feeling to be where I'm at right now and representing my island.